We're happy that the comedy legend is here with us. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
How are you?
Yeah, see, I'm a legend. That means I could drop dead at any point during this interview.
A living
Yes.
But
legend.
so many people would come to your funeral.
Oh, yeah.
So many.
It's true. It's popular.
Yeah.
It's popularity.
Yeah, that's a nice thing to think about. Gee, I get such a star quality at my funeral.
Well, I'm in awe of you right now. I'm gonna stand up and sitting next to you. I'm like, I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah.
Kelsey,
Okay,
we need you.
you
Go
can
do
be
that.
one of my pallbearers.
I'm very strong. You want to feel
Yeah.
my muscle?
That's an honor. Okay, so I like what's happening here because Kelsey is actually going to be hosting your show this weekend. This is a big deal.
No pressure. You know what I mean? Oh man. So have you had hosts that have been, very annoying? I'm sure in the past.
I've had opening acts. This shows how people steal in comedy. I've had opening acts who've done some of my bits
No.
right before bringing me up.
That's sacrilege. You can't do
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they've been stealing so long they forgot, who they stole it from.
So
Man.
Gilbert, you've been doing comedy for so long. Your voice is really such a signature for you. But early on, like during SNL, you weren't employing that. So what was the first time that your voice came out?
Never conscious.
Really?
It was like I kept working. Then one day, I mean, to me, whenever people say, how did you come up with that? I always think it's like walking up to someone on the street and going, you know how when you walk, you're kind of moving your arms like, where'd you get that from?
But you must have gotten a good reaction, so you kept doing it, right?
Yeah. But I just found I never consciously thought
Interesting.
about it.
It's how you know you have that it factor. The voice for sure was one thing, but you started at age 15. Did you think that you would be here today, or was it just something that you fell into?
On this show?
You made it.
Yes.
On this
Had
show,
I thought I'd be on this show, I would have quit back then.
on this show, but on the show as a legend.
Oh man.
Awesome.
So can I talk about your new documentary? Well,
Oh, sure.
I love it. I just think this like vulnerable, lovely side of you. How are people reacting? Is it scary? Is it beautiful?
It's a shock to me. It's like, because the filmmaker, Neil Berkeley, came up to me and he said, I've always dreamt of doing a Gilbert Gottfried documentary. And I said, well, you should set your dreams a lot higher than that. And I didn't want to do it. I felt uncomfortable every second of it. And yet the reviews have been amazing.
I think it's beautiful.
Shocking to me.
I can't wait to watch it. Are you politically incorrect per usual on it?
No. I'm like Mr. Rogers.
So we see a different side of you on this documentary, because we know you always do. We love your dirty jokes. We love your tell it like it is jokes.
Right.
But do we see a different side?
Well, it's very weird because they definitely politically incorrect stuff. And definitely bad taste stuff. And then that mixed with scenes of me and my family.
Yeah, it's such a good contrast, which I think is like true comedian.
Yeah.
It's like you have this persona that you put on the world, and then you are a person as well.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. I love it. I'm getting weird.
Oh, what do you mean getting?
Gilbert, what's your barometer for jokes like that? Because I think our world is so politically correct right now.
Oh, yeah.
And you've never played into that. So how do you decide if a joke crosses the line?
Well, I don't really think about it as the news has proven several times. Yeah, because I feel like when people love to get offended.
Right.
And I don't know, to me, the internet makes me feel sentimental for old-time lynch mobs. Yeah, because back then,
Oh, man.
lynch
where are the
mobs had to go out and get their hands dirty, so at least. But now people sit in their underwear on the couch and form a mob.
Yeah, a different
Yeah.
kind of dirty, not so much hands.
So what do you think?
What
do you think about comedy right now? Since politics is all anyone talks about, all of our award shows had a political tone to it. Just what do you think about where comedy is and how we're moving forward, where it is in terms of politics?
I don't know. It's like after a while, I don't know. When I was watching the Academy Awards, I was kind of watching it, going, "Okay, we get your viewpoint." And it didn't. I don't know. Sometimes it goes a little too much.
Okay.
Like pushing their message on you.
Yeah, well, something like a podcast, like you have an amazing colossal podcast. Like I feel like you are able to show like more nuanced points of view in like a really deep and in-depth way. Like your Dave, I love your Dave Thomas one.
Yeah, the podcast was another surprise because when we formed that, I thought I want to concentrate on old Hollywood, and I thought no one will want to hear it because you don't remember these people, but we've had on, Dick Van Dyke, Carl Reiner, Norman Lear, Bruce Stern, and I get these people who tweet and just send me emails going, I didn't know who that was, but I love listening to them.
Talk about some star-studded funerals. Those would be.
Yeah.
That's a horrible joke.
It always
Bring
goes
it back to the death.
It goes back to my death.
No, that's horrible.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna switch gears. So you've had one of these really unique careers.
Yeah.
People remember you from Beverly Hills Cop, or they know you from even Hannah Montana. You span generations of people.
Yeah, my career walks the tightrope in between early morning children's programming and hardcore porn. Yes.
I haven't seen that part of your career yet, but where do people notice you from the most? Like when people walk up to you on the street, what do they say?
It's weird what they'll remember because, you never know.
Yeah.
Some remember Aladdin, some remember the Aristocrats. It just goes all over the place.
Yeah, so Aladdin, they're redoing Aladdin. Yeah, is Iago coming back, or is it something we can't discuss?
No, I'm keep waiting for that call that they're going to fit me for a giant parrot suit.
Live action Aladdin?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Gilbert, I read that you met your wife at the Grammys.
Oh, yes.
What was the opening line? I can't even imagine that.
I don't remember. I'm a legend, and my memory is shot.
No way. Did you go up to her? Or did she come up to you?
I went up to her.
Okay.
But yeah. And now you could see it in the film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We get to see that side of
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Sorry.
So we've thrown around words like legend, and you've gotten really humble when you receive it. Do you feel like you have reached your pinnacle for success? What's next for you?
Oh God. Arthritis.
No.
Gout.
Oh, gout, you're fancy. You're so fancy with that gout.
Berry.
Oh, that's a fancy health issue.
Yeah. Oh, you're so elite. That's pretty great.
Cracks himself up.
I'm too famous to get the average.
Oh, yeah. That's peasant diseases. See that for us.
Gilbert, when you look at this next generation of comedians, who really stands out to you?
See, that's the bad thing when you're a comic. It's kind of like it's like going to work on your day off. So when you're a comic and you've been doing it for a while, you watch other comics and you go, yeah, that's clever. Okay, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're critical, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like, I think if you ran a restaurant and you went to another restaurant to eat, you'd go, oh, see, we would have done that differently.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So like Amy Schumer, thumbs up or thumbs down?
See, now you're gonna get
Yeah, I know. Just take a drink. Just take a drink.
I guess that's a good place to wrap. Gilbert will be performing at Zanies in Chicago all week tonight and at Rosemont tomorrow for 2 shows each night. So Zanies.com is where you can find the ticket information. And you will hear his iconic voice.
I know. Thanks so much for being here.